Hey, what's good? What's good? It's your boy, the Hood Baker, you know what I mean? And, about to do something truly special today to me because, long time ago, when I was just like this big right here, this big, you know, I'm not too much bigger than this right now still, but when I was like this big, there was this old lady, man, who raised me because my mother didn't have the time, because I guess she figured she didn't have the time. My grandmother, okay, she used to make this recipe that I'm about to make right now, Bajan sweetbread. Well, her recipe gonna be different from mine because I'm the hood baker and I don't really know what I'm doing, and I just do this because I do this and I look pretty doing it. You know what I mean? But anyways, when I was a kid, she used to always go down by the Hilton in Barbados, man, and she used to sell her sweetbread, man. And the tourists used to eat it, man, and the locals used to eat it, man. It was, man, we used to eat it when I was at home. It was some good stuff, man. So, the other day, man, I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm like, hey, man, I made some currant slices the other day, man. I made what attempted to be a damn Jamaican beef patty the other day. So I said to myself, like, hey, about time you go ahead and try to make some of that Bajan sweetbread. Nah. I'm kind of sad I never got the opportunity to, to learn the old lady's recipe before she died. You know what I'm saying? I left the islands when I was 13. And by the time I left, you know what I'm saying, she was still doing her thing. But, when you're 13, you ain't bothered to learn about no damn baking. You ain't want to hang out with your grandmother like that, man. But, I love that woman. God rest her soul. Rest in peace. She died about 3-4 years ago. God rest her soul. But... I'm not going to bore y'all with the story no more. That long story, short version, you know what I mean? I'm going to do like I always do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce y'all to my ingredients for my, for my stuff today, okay? Now, a lot of people might think this is a hard thing to make, but it really, to me, it really ain't that hard to make. And you're going to see as I go on through the video. Alright. One of the big staples of Bajan sweetbread, which is going to be kind of like Bajan sweetbread. It's my Bajan sweetbread. It ain't the regular Bajan sweetbread because hood baker, baby. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna introduce you to, you need to go to the store to get, because you ain't had this shit lying around your house. A bag of this shredded coconut right here. You need to get a bag of this shredded coconut. All right. You're gonna need at least teaspoon of this right here, lard right here. This is shortening right here, by the way. I'm not going to use no lard. I'll just use a little teaspoon of this shortening. See how that work out for me. Alright? Because I ain't got no lard. And I'm not about to eat no lard. Alright? Melted my butter down already. You're going to need a half cup of butter. Alright? You're going to need all-purpose flour, self-rising. You're going to need at least about 4 cups of that right there. Ooh, I almost dropped it. That would have been nasty if I had dropped that bad boy. Ooh! And I don't got no more either, so this video would have to be over. You're going to need a tablespoon of this baking powder right here. Alright? You're going to need around another tablespoon of this salt right here. You're going to need 3/4 cups of sugar. I like using brown sugar. I don't really like putting white sugar in my baking unless I have to. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's no other sugar around, and then we gotta improvise like we usually do sometimes around here on the Hood Show. You know what I mean? This is optional, but some people like it. Put some raisins in that plate, in that bad boy. You know what I mean? Put some raisins up in there. That can work for you too. What else we got here? All right. You gotta have to get yourself some about 3/4 of a cup of this evaporated milk. Don't try to put regular milk in that bad boy, because you're gonna notice the difference. You're gonna notice the taste. I'm telling you. I really don't know. This really like my, I'm just making this shit right now. Anyways, you're gonna need you an egg. You're gonna need that egg. Remember that. And you're gonna need some vanilla essence, or you're gonna need some almond essence. But we're at the Hood Show something. Excuse me. I'm in Virginia, man. I'm into the supermarket, and it was like, they never heard of Essence. I was like, oh, you never heard of Essence? That's so stupid, man. I'm at the freaking Farm Fresh, and I never heard of Essence. Alright, but what we're going to do right here, we're going to improvise. I got some vanilla extract right here. Might be like essence. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out how it tastes. But this is what we're going to use right here. And, surprisingly, that is all that we really need, you know what I mean, to make this concoction. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to get ourselves a bowl, and we're going to start making this concoction. Alright?